Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Allie back with another video. And first of all, what I need you to do is to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. So today's video is about how I became an AKA. So I'm gonna do my makeup, and I thought today was the perfect day to do it because my line, we're celebrating our AKAversary. This is our 2-year AKAversary, and we actually crossed December 10th of 2017, but the 10th this year was throughout the weekday, and people are working and stuff, so the best time for us to actually celebrate was today. So I'm gonna get started with my foundation, and y'all saw me do my makeup before, so I'm a MAC user. I like their liquid foundation, and yeah. So this time I'm gonna try to talk and actually put on my makeup, because last time I could not do both. Alright, so having a hard time with that coming out. So y'all, I'm not like somebody that's really into makeup, but I know how to do it to make it look nice. Can y'all see? Alright. So if you go back and look at my college experience, you'll hear me talk about my actual so if you go back and look at my college experience vlog, you'll actually hear me talk about how I became an AKA in that as well. But I'm gonna tell the story over today. So back in college, like I said, I was kind of shy, and I knew that I wanted to be Greek, but I didn't do it in college because I was nervous. And, I was just kind of scared, y'all. Like, that's just where I was back in my life at that time. But I always went to, like, the different probates and all the Greek events, and, like, I loved it. And, like, I would just hear about, like, all the community service and, different stuff that they did on campus. And, like, I had Greek friends and, just older people I knew on campus that were Greek. And so, I think it was about my sophomore and junior year. I was going to go to the AKA, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. It's called Rush. I was going to go to Rush and the interest meeting or whatever. I forgot how the process goes. But I remember the AKAs, they on campus, they were having like a meeting, and I was going to go to that. And, I backed out of it. And, like, I think it was my senior year. I was like, okay, I may not do it in college, but I definitely want to do it for grad chapter. So when I graduated, I, started doing a lot of research on it, and they had a interest meeting for the Shreveport chapter, the chapter that I'm currently in. And for some reason, I guess, I don't know if I didn't go to the meeting. Yeah, well, I definitely didn't go to the meeting, and I don't know, maybe they didn't have the line didn't come out. It was before 2017. So, in 2017, they had another meeting, and so I actually went to that interest meeting, and it was quite a few people that showed up, and it was, it was cool. It was just kind of a lot to take in. So, I went home and, I got myself together, did the necessary things to get myself started in the process. And it's called the MIP, the membership intake process. And the only way you can be a part of the grad chapter of AKA is if you get an invitation letter. It's not something that you just do like on a whim. Like, you actually you have to be focused. And at the time, I was finishing up grad school. So I was doing my internship, and I think I was back and forth at Grambling, here and there for different things I had to do. So it was a stressful time. So if you are going to do it on the grad chapter, just know that it's a more serious level. Not to say it's not any less serious than undergrad, but it's more professional, and like most people are working. You have like a broad range of people from like uh 21 to like 70s. Like there's no age limit so long as you have a bachelor's. So I guess that's what I could talk to you about. In order to become an AKA on the grad chapter level, you first have to have a degree. So you have to have a degree from accredited school. Secondly, you have to have a good GPA. So, if you're thinking about being an AKA, you need to make sure your GPA is uh, in good shape. Third, what you need to do is to make sure that you have some kind of community service, that you're involved in your community. So, what I did, I went to um, the Northwest Louisiana Food Bank, and I did a lot of community service there. And I did some other things like mentorship with kids. And the other thing, just, have a good like record. Like you can't like have like felonies and misdemeanors and expect to get in. Like, you have to be basically a good citizen. Like they're very serious about who represent them. So, you know, if this is something that you want to do undergrad or grad level, just make sure you have a good record because you're representing the organization. All right, so I am finishing up my foundation. So back in 2017, I actually went through the membership intake process. And you just have to be focused. And there's a lot of things. I'm not going to go into detail because it's not something I could really talk about. But just to have a focused mind, and whatever they're asking you to do, make sure that you're doing that. Get to know the people that are also crossing with you because you want to build a relationship. Um, being in a sorority, uh, being in an African American sorority especially, it focuses on sisterhood and community work. So that's something that you need to focus on. So definitely, everybody get excited over the colors and like, oh my God, pink and green, and like I get to flip my pinky up and stuff. But AKA is more serious than that. It's about giving back to the community. Like it was first like established from people who were like former slaves or a generation removed from slavery, however you say it. Basically, it was people who were privileged, but they know where they came from. They weren't too far away from, like, slavery had just ended. So you can imagine black people were like serious about establishing themselves and living a better life. So this is where they were coming from. They were trying to just find a better life, a better situation, because African Americans were very, very poor back in the day. And so these were young black people that had the privilege of going to college, and AKA was founded on the campus of Howard University in 1908. So this is the early 1900s, and young black females, they were trying to, you know, um, just come up in society and be taken more seriously. So they focused heavily on like academics, like education. Like a lot of AKAs back then became educators, and like even today, like a lot of AKAs are educators. And, lo and behold, I'm an educator. So if you really want to like focus on academics and education, that's one thing that you should really think about. And secondly, if you're really into like growing as a sisterhood, like getting to know people, like that's something else you should really focus on. Third, what you need to focus on is your time. You have to give a lot of time, like community service, different projects and stuff that we do. And lastly, you have to be willing to, spend money to be an AKA. The day before we found out if we made it or not, I got emotional because, again, I was in grad school, I was doing my internship, and I was going through the crossing process. And, emotions ran high, and I cried a little bit. And so, um, somebody came and talked to me in the restroom, and, I got myself together, and I came back out, and, I was good. It wasn't nothing like illegal, no hazing, anything like that. It was just an overwhelming time for me, and so that's why I got emotional. But nothing illegal, nothing crazy going on. The next day, we found out that we made it and stuff, and so we ended up with 39 girls online. So the next day, after that, when we actually found out we made it, then it's the day where you get to come out to everybody, your friends, family, and you can now officially say you are a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So I'm gonna hurry up and finish my makeup. So I did my foundation, I did eyeliner. Now I'm going to do like a little bit of color correcting because I think it just gives me a smoother touch. So tonight we're going out to eat, just have a good time. And, hopefully I can get y'all some footage so you can see, what we did tonight. And, yep. Alright, so I'm going to put on some highlighter. So I've been using this Morph highlighter. It's really nice. I like it. Alright, I'm about to get dressed, y'all. One, two,
Girl, you know you're not. See, you need to do the podcast.
Oh,
You need to do a podcast. Herself.
huh? Oh, I ain't saying anything.
Sure.
You vlogging?
Yeah.
Okay, I just got you.
I find this picture.
Okay.